All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 22 of Just the Gee Top podcast. We're very excited. It's a very special episode for us.
Yeah, man, first of the
Uh,
year, and we interesting stat. We haven't been alone, just the four of us, since episode 4, which was about 5 months ago.
yeah. So I'll just introduce everybody quickly.
Before
we
Emmett
have,
continues to interrupt.
yeah, we have, as always, the interrupter Ahmed Sharani.
Hello.
We have Jordan Short.
Hello.
We have Rami Chirani in.
Hey.
With the sweet window coverings there. And we have reached the apex of our careers, broadcasting from our parents' basements.
Yeah, we got flamed on the underground once. They're like, hey, it's not bad, but it looks like they're all in their parents' basement. Like, Rami's literally in his mom's basement right
And myself, Adam Cousins. So there we go.
And just a quick shout out to sponsors. I have a candy in my mouth. VHDS, very hard to submit. They're a Gee sponsor. They're pretty awesome. Gee Tax, special shout out to him. You can check out their Gees at veryhardtosubmit.com. And then we also have Pahada Gear, who we're actually going to be handing out some of their stuff. I've been talking to them a little bit. We'll be doing raffles or whatever we have been doing with the VHDS gear. You can check them out at pohadagear.com. It's PORRADAGEAR.com. I got that perfect.
Nailed it.
And just to touch a little bit on the Gees there, I don't really talk much about sponsor and everything, but the G2 is honestly one of my favorite Gees because if you like slim fitting Gees, you know what I mean, like that, like hug you tight, make you look good. They're good. Like it's not just a good Gee to roll in, but it makes you look good.
Yeah, it's my number one Gee now too, man. I really like it a lot.
Yeah, and Jordan's not really even that buff or anything, but he looks good in it.
Yeah,
So
it
makes everyone look
very
good.
form fitting.
When I wear it, it makes me look like I train 3-4 times a week.
Yeah, at least.
Did we post the picture up of the four of us in our VHS keys? Did we put that on the page?
I don't
We
think
did
so.
not. No, we just
we need to do
tagged
that so that
ourselves on it. So.
everybody can see how good we look in these geese because we're pretty amazing.
Yeah, they're awesome geese. So anyway, yeah, I don't want to talk too much about them, but yeah, it's awesome geese. So check it out. But yeah, no. So listen, everyone, thank you for tuning in once again. And like I said, this is like a kind of a year-end review type thing, but we're at the beginning of the year. You know what I mean? So bear with us. But we just want to go over kind of what we've been through, what we've experienced, the guests we've had on, the good ones, the bad ones, etc. But before we go into any of that, Rami is the only one who has never met Adam, and vice versa, of course. So I'll let Adam and Rami talk about that real quick. But just recently, so just to give everyone a little background, like I said, Jordan is in the same city as me. Adam is not too far away either. Rami moved away to San Francisco, as most of you know, and so he came back just recently to visit for 2 weeks over the holidays, and we all got together for an open mat. We had a bunch of guys come down. It was beautiful. Anyway, go ahead, guys.
Well, yeah. So I mean,
Adam.
it was a meeting 21 episodes in the making. There was a lot of pent up, I don't want to say sexual frustration, but maybe. But I went down to Guelph and we all trained together. And Rami is even more charming in person than he appears to be online. And apparently he gets all the female groupies.
Okay, so that's another thing. No, I'm gonna say this one. I'm gonna say this really quick because I remember saying man, all we do is have guys liking us. That's all we have. It's a bunch of dudes liking us, and which is cool. I love all you guys. You guys are awesome. But I'm at a tournament. They're like, hey, you're from that show or whatever, and I'm like, hey, what's up? But none of them are ever females. And I was telling Rami this, and I was like, Rami, man, where are the girls at? Whatever. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, what do you mean? What do I mean? He's like, I get requests all the time. It's like so common. He goes, well, yeah, I got weird shit sent to me all the time. And,
But it's not.
Women are like literally
And-
mailing Rami their panties.
yeah, and like all
I
three
feel
of us
like
are
you
looking at
guys
each other. Like, why? Like, we don't get anything.
Well, first of all, I feel like that's maybe a little over-exaggerated.
No, you-
I don't
who
think-
told
I
you
don't think-
this?
I don't think it's exaggerated enough, to be honest.
So what did they send you?
So, yeah, I don't know. There's not really much they send me. It's like when a guy adds you, they're really just kind of at like saying like, "Oh, I really like the show" and all this shit. Like I don't know how else to elaborate on this.
But when a girl, asks for a request, that's something completely different. You know? And they're not interested in the show. They're interested in Rami's dimples.
In me personally.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, so nothing like you never got any photos or anything like that?
No, there's no random groupies trying to send me photos. That doesn't happen.
And that's surprising considering we do a podcast and everything.
For jiu-jitsu too. Like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, from our parents' basement.
No, but Adam, sorry, go back to when you guys first met. Like I don't know, break that down a bit more.
Well, it was like I don't know how to elaborate on it. It was sometimes in movies you see the two people at the opposite end of a field, and they're running towards each other in slow motion, and then they meet and embrace in the middle. It was kind of like that. I'm not going to say it was
Well, hold on.
not
Let's
special.
let's just remember I saw you, and at first I feel like I was a little shy to even make eye contact with you because you were so big. Like you're really big. For everybody who's like just watching right now, Adam's gigantic. Like not only tall, but he's huge.
And he insists on wearing an A2 gi.
I'm like literally poured into my gi.
Yeah, like it's like so tight. Like there's a couple pictures where he's kneeling and he looks like he's just gonna rip that gi completely. And I'm like, dude, you should go for A3. He's like, oh, I'm alright. Like, it's awesome.
So after being a little shy and not making eye contact with him, we finally meet eyes and we go in for a hug. And then, of course, Adam jumps and pulls guard and wraps his legs around me, and I think we spinned a little bit. We spun.
We spun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that because like he almost pulled you right down, right?
And then you guys just sort of fell right into each other.
Yeah.
Then we started making out.
So yeah, that was our intro.
So anyway.
We did some good rolling there, and the crew got together. It was really cool. We had some guys from Toronto coming out and everything, so it was awesome. And but yeah, no, so that was it. And like I said, guys, we just want to kind of review the year. What we've done, some of our competitions, maybe some of our pet peeves and whatnot, and just kick it off that way.
It was a good rolling session. We had basically some of the biggest trolls in the Ontario VGJ scene out for that, so that was good.
Yeah, well, we know a bunch of guys, like I said, from the Toronto region there that are mostly like, if you see anything that we post or something and they just scream BOA on it and stuff, it's like the same guys over and over again, but we love them. They're awesome, and they all came out and showed support for Rami, really. So,
like we don't have really that many fans, I don't think, at this point. But we're pretty sure those are like dedicated viewers right now, so we're really appealing to them. So if
we
there's
have
any other really
dirt
dedicated
on
fans,
them. That's the only reason.
Yeah,
we have dirt on
too.
all of them.
yeah, no. So, but yeah, Rami's flying back out to the States Sunday morning, I believe.
Yeah, Sunday.
Sunday. So
Leave date.
Rami's gonna just break our hearts all over again.
Doing it again.
well, when do you plan to come back? Do you know?
Actually, I don't really know. I know I'm planning sometime in August, but I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to go before then too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So enough about all that. So that's that. So what I want to get into with some of you guys, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but over the holidays we've done a lot of there's a lot of training going on, especially over the 2 weeks. Open mats here, traveling to other gyms, etc., etc. Just really quick, and I think we've talked about this before, but just get everyone's opinion. Me personally, so when I say me personally, I do not speak for the group here, but I only like to train with people who work hard. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be like really really good or anything like that or whatever. But something that's just preferably like if you just come out and want to do like I don't know like technique and dick around, like I don't want to roll with you. And maybe I experienced a little bit of that over the holidays, maybe, you know, and it kind of bothers me sometimes, you know, like. I don't know. Like, you guys go through that ever, or is it just me, or you gotta leave me hang out to dry on this one?
Well, okay.
We're just hold on as long as we can and let you get drawn.
Yeah, 'cause I'm just
let
talking,
Ahmed
right? I'm just talking.
just rambling on slowly.
And then slowly, I'm naming names and I'm saying things, but it's just like anything else. Whether it's jiu-jitsu or if you're working out at a gym, this is me talking a lot, but if you're at a gym and you're with somebody, let's say your training partner comes out with you, spots you, bro. You know, and they're like, you know, they're horrible, right? They're just sitting around and, you know, stuff like that. So that's what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think we were talking about this the other day, and you know, jiu-jitsu is one of those things where, you know, unlike maybe some other sports or endeavors, you've got, you know, the casual, you know, people that just like to come out and, you know, do jiu-jitsu because it's a cool martial art, and then you've got the, you know, the competitors, and then you've got like the full-timers, and you could all be training together in the same class, right? So it's kind of tough sometimes to get a good mix of people that kind of want to train the way you do. I guess it depends on the school too, because you know, where I train, it's we all kind of work hard because that's sort of the pace that's set by our instructor. So I think it depends on the instructor too, in terms of what their expectation is of how the class is going to go.
Well, one thing that's interesting is that a lot of the top guys that now we're nowhere near these top guys, but they just kind of, let's say, they just go into class and they kind of just do their own thing. You know what I mean? Like you get, and like you said, they're all competitors, so maybe it's a little different. But I'm going to direct this question to Rami. Like, how's the training, you know, a typical day of training and rolling over at Helps there?
Well, I don't know, it's definitely different compared to how it is here, in a sense. Like, I'm just saying that coming from a really, really small academy and then going to a really, really big one, it's like, it feels like when you go over to House, every single person there just pretty much wants to kill you and they're trying to wring your neck, like that whole, like every single minute that you're rolling. Everybody seems a little more focused on competing, and I don't know if that kind of just falls in with just being in a bigger city where you have more people. It's just like a wider variety of people, I guess. But that's pretty much been the biggest difference. I feel like in terms of like when we get all the like really, I'm just talking like different parts of this world now. But like when we got, because we got a couple, or we got like 2 rolls or something. Was it 2 open mats we did where we had like a bunch of people who were all competitors here, and I got to roll with all of them. And rolling with them, it's just that kind of intensity that you would expect out of competitors. It feels pretty much the same. I mean, there is maybe a little difference in terms of like the health style that I'm used to, but in terms of like competitors and how they roll with you, it's pretty similar.
Actually, that's a very good point, though. You're saying it's like because we had 2 open mats over the holidays. Not everybody does those kind of things, and the majority of the people that came out were actually competitors. You know what I mean? And they're not. I'm not saying if you're a competitor you're better, but they just bring that some you know the little thing that's a little different. You know what I mean? And I think like those 2 open mat sessions were probably one of my favorite trainings that I've done since I started jiu-jitsu. You know, but besides of course visiting Cabrinas and Helps in San Francisco, like those are awesome too. But yeah, there's just a world of difference. I don't know how you guys felt about those, because you guys were there, so I don't know what your opinions are.
Rami came at me like he was trying to kill me for sure.
But then
he does that if you're new. He does that to everyone. Like,
I do actually do that to people. I don't know why. But hold on, let's stop that for a second, because when I rolled with Adam for the first time, I was just like, okay, he's like a blue belt, like whatever. And I also knew he's really good at half guards, so I just made sure to stay the hell away from that. And then I think after I think I just passed your guard once or something, our first roll. And then I'm like, okay, like whatever. I'm just like chilling. Out of nowhere, I've never had this done to me ever in my life. He sinks in 2 grips on my lapel, and he puts a baseball choke on me. from like while I have side control on him,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was so pissed off, and
I could tell because he was gurgling. People hate that joke so much.
So he has it on. I'm like, fuck this guy. I jump on, like, I try to mount him, and then when I do that, I just start gurgling so hard for another second. I'm gonna go out. I tapped.
People get so angry with that choke because
Yeah.
so what happened was Rami boloed me. He did a baby bolo, came up to leg drag, and it was in leg drag. I grabbed the grips, and then he passed around the back, and then I turned, and yeah, you can tell that people really hate that choke because they try to fight it right until the bitter end,
Yeah.
and it's just getting
Nobody
tighter as
landed
the
on me
pass.
before.
Yeah, like, you're supposed to come back like in the guard or so, but you don't want to. You're like, no, I passed this guard, you know. And then,
Rami
But you know
has
what,
no
but-
respect for my game.
Yeah, fuck you, Adam.
you know what though? Adam did that. I remember Adam. He did that in one match I was reffing. I remember very clearly. I think it was against that Fung guy.
Oh yeah, it was Michael Fung from Open
Yeah.
Mat.
Yeah.
But that one didn't go so well though.
It didn't work, but you still, you know, you went for it. You've been doing it for a while. But see, that's what I mean. Like that competitive edge, like that was Adam's like fight or flight. You know what I mean? He's like, oh shit, I'm getting dominated. He just grabbed it like as a Hail Mary, right? And you know, and that's something that you don't get when you roll with maybe necessarily people who have never competed before. So
Yeah. I don't have a problem with rolling with people who don't roll that often, don't go that hard. Like I like to roll hard. I prefer to roll hard every time. And if I would like to roll a lot more than what we do. Like half hour just doesn't seem like enough. I would rather roll for like an hour, hour and a half. But I would roll until I'm exhausted because I find a lot of benefit in those last rolls when you can barely move. But I mean, I think about rolling with people who don't have as much skill and don't have as much drive, and you think maybe you can help influence them, because I know how I was when I was a white belt. And if nobody that was higher belts rolled with me, like how would I get better?
I know, and we've had this conversation before offline, and like I don't know, like lately I think honestly I've just been a lot more selfish now. I think because, well, no, I have certain goals and plans. Like you know, I compete a bit, and you know I'm not saying I'm a world beater, but I'm trying to do well. I've got limited time on the mats. I'm busy, you know, blah blah blah, all the same thing. So I'd like to utilize that as much as possible with the people who can help me the most, and I hope I can help them in return as well. Like, is that wrong to think that way? Like, I'm not. I mean, yeah, I'd love to give back and yada yada. Like, it's all nice, but
well, yeah, I think there's
like,
something to be said for people that are going to push you, right, and push you kind of maybe outside your comfort zone, or make you, you know, do things like throw up a Hail Mary choke because you're just getting worked, right? like that day, that was a great training session for me because, you know, it was basically a room full of, you know, me and then high-level blue belts and purple belts. Like, there was I just got my ass kicked all over the mats. I think we did like 12 or 13 6-minute rounds. Like,
Yeah.
it was a good day, and like then friggin' Ahmed and Rami Shark Tanked me at the end.
yeah, that was pretty funny because like I can
Ahmed just
imagine,
went
like,
Ahmed just
Yeah.
went ham on me. I didn't even know that he called time, and I was just trying to like fight for my life.
No, because okay, so there's 6 minutes, right? So the first 3 minutes I go on him and I'm doing whatever I can to him, and then time limit 3 minutes happen. And I'm like, okay, Rami, get in, and Adam's still grabbing at me. I'm like, Adam, leave me alone.
I was playing like sit-up guard and just like hanging onto your shin for dear life.
that was awesome. But yeah, anyway, so Jordan, do you see what I'm trying to say here? Like, I know you want to get back, and you're like, oh, if I was a white belt, where would I be today? And and I agree with that. I think that's super cool. Like, and it's honorable. You're an
I wouldn't.
honorable guy.
I don't want to. I don't want it to come across the wrong way though. Like, I mean, if I could roll with like guys who are as good as me or better every single time, like that would be awesome.
That's
But
what
that's not.
I think
That's not
that you need a
reality.
mix too, though. I think that you need a mix because you need like people that are kind of, excuse me, at your level or below to like develop those new parts of your game too, right? If you're always getting smashed, it's hard to build your game. You'll see where the holes are for sure, but like, let's say you're trying to work a new technique, a new position into your game. It's nice to start with, somebody that isn't going to give you as rough a time, right? Where you can make a few more mistakes and learn more about that position or whatever.
I agree with you, because I was actually also just saying that, like, when I roll with like a black belt, it's like, it's kind of counterproductive for me because I am just getting smashed. So where do I draw the line? Like, I don't even know. You know what I mean?
I like how this started with you getting mad at us for like wanting to roll with lower belts, and then you're like, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. Ahmed argues all points simultaneously.
Ahmed is very easily persuaded.
No, when I say I agree with you, I just mean, okay, shut up, let me talk now. Like, that's what I mean. But no. I'm sorry. You're right. You need to refine your game and everything like that. But where do you find the balance? Like, I'll be honest with you guys, if I'm being really honest, I'm kind of not happy with where my training's going. Like, I'm not really sure what I'm trying to accomplish right now. I'm kind of lost. Can someone help me? You know what I mean? Like what are you guys doing that keeps you?
To ask, but like,
well, like, honestly, maybe it's just the happiest I've been rolling has been like when it's been like open mass sessions and stuff. Like, I'm gonna go to one this Sunday, I think, just because I want to feel like I want to fall in love with it again. Or something. Yeah.
It's like pretty nice, because one thing I really do like about training at Half's is there's so many good guys that I like to because they do six minute rounds, so it's like around the middle. So I'll usually get really, really good guys, and then around the middle round I usually get somebody who's not so great, because it's just there's such a wide range of people. And then that's when I kind of refine the stuff that I was trying on those really good guys and seeing if it works a little better. And then I go back to the monsters again, just to see if I can kind of tune it up a little more. That's what I do. But again, it's kind of hard. I don't know. There's
it's kind of hard where you're at, but no.
Well, it's just there's a bigger range. That's all.
I do like that idea. I should give that. I don't know. Jordan, what about you? Like, well, what are your thoughts on
that? I have no thoughts.
What is Jordan doing right now?
Yeah, like, Jordan, are you like content? Like, that's what I mean. Like, are you all?
I don't have a problem with my training. I don't train that much though. Like, I'm not like, I make it out maybe if I can 5 times a week. That's amazing. That's a great week.
That's pretty good though. Like, 5 times a week is pretty good considering, like, being busy and whatnot. Like, don't you want to utilize that as best you can? Is all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, I like to mix it up too, though. Like, I mean, I like days when we can just go and roll. Some days I like to be able to do technique and things like that. But like, I mean, my favorite thing to do is to roll, obviously. But I think we need to do more of it, and I think it's the most practical way to learn new techniques. Well, not new techniques, but to include those techniques into your game.
This kind of falls into the whole thing where it's like, I think we talked about this when we were just a podcast that was just us, and we didn't just try to get all stars on. But I think it's like the whole drilling versus rolling thing, and we were pretty our views were kind of different for everybody, I think.
Yeah, well, I just started doing that like recently, especially when Rami came. Like, it's really interesting thing where it's like, so imagine it's a 2-hour class, for example. Half of it was drilling, the other half was rolling. So what we would do is we would, like, let's say Rami wants to drill a leg drag, right? So he'll do it on me, let's say 10 times, and I'll offer little to no resistance just to let him get the muscle memory down. And then I'll do the same thing, right? So I'll do whatever move he wanted. So I'll do a leg drag, even though maybe I'm not good at it. I'll still drill it with him. Then I'm like, okay, I want to drill a hip bump. So I'll do that for 10, and then he'll do it for 10, and then he'll pick something, and then I'll do, and we repeat, going all the way up for an hour. And that was actually pretty awesome. I've never done that before, and it was my first time doing it. And I think it helps big time, especially if you're trying berimbolo. There's so many intricacies to that move, or whatever it is, baseball choke, well, whatever it is. It really helps, man. It really helps. We gotta do that. We gotta do that more. We gotta bring that here. So. But anyway, so that's what I mean. Is like when you train.
Do it,
people,
Ahmed. So do it.
No, well, I am.
Yeah, stop making excuses.
No, well,
Yeah, man.
okay, you tell me.
I don't want to talk problems. I want to talk solutions, buddy.
No, listen. How can you just go ahead and do
I-
that? Like you say, oh yeah, just do it. Well, if your class has a certain format, you can't just go, oh, you know what? Screw your format. I'm gonna go do my own thing here with another. You know what I mean? They can't just do it. Like
Ahmed has been thinking about it though. He would love to be able to just do that. You're like, I'm gonna take this guy and we're gonna go drill.
you know what?
Let us know when you're done.
I would kind of like to do that. Like I've said this, and
Just do it up on the second floor in Sisu there at the Christmas trees.
Well, yeah, you know, that's what I mean. Is it wrong? Is it wrong to say, guys, listen, I know you're teaching this, but I'm gonna go do that.
Yeah,
And
that's
I'll
pretty
be-
wrong.
and I'll be
I would say
back-
that's like really disrespectful.
See, I don't want to be disrespectful. Like that's the thing. I don't want to. But I hear other schools. That's how they do it. Is that
I think if it's an accepted practice, then that's one thing. Like if
But then I
you're
don't
at
wanna be-
house and there's always,
Yeah.
but if you don't want to be that guy that's
I
just
know.
like, hey, so I know you're doing class, but I'm just gonna go do my own class over. You're gonna like Ahmed's gonna
No.
get his own students. Like you're gonna pay Ahmed and then show up during the other classes and train under Ahmed.
No. See, I don't want to come off like that. Like, 'cause I know what you mean. Because then you know what happens? It'll become cliquey. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and then you got this clique over here, and yeah, no, you don't want to do that. So I don't know. So anyway, like I said, this is kind of like a year-end thing. That's kind of what I've been going through because I've been trying to find a solution lately because my past like 4 tournaments have gone really bad, and I'm just trying to see what else I can do to improve it. And then I kind of just looking at someone like Rami who's been doing pretty decently over in Cali, and so I'm trying to take some of what he's been doing to apply it to my game here, and so that's kind of where this all began. Like if you're wondering, hey, what's your problem? Well, that's the problem. Is it stems from tournaments, which is
Let me also
yeah.
I don't know what the word for this is, but because I've been talking to Ahmed a fair bit about like his tournament performances lately, and just from the way he was talking, I had this impression that he like just sucked now, like he was the worst guy at jiu-jitsu ever. So when him and I finally like trained together, I was just like, I didn't really know what to expect, but I was expecting him to not do so well. And then like not even like 30 seconds in, he's doing these like crazy stupid ass grips that I'm hating, and I'm like trying to break every single one of his stupid grips. And it's like I don't know. I think a big part of that might be mental.
It's mental. No, it's,
It is too, and I mean, Ahmed, you've got some killers in your division right now too, right? So that is contributing.
You have to
contributing it as
understand
well.
that like Ahmed is the most like self-deprecating person I know when it comes to like his own skill and stuff like that. He thinks he's like the least deserving of any sort of promotion. Anytime he gets promoted, he's like, this is bullshit. I don't even deserve this.
like the worst thing that could ever happen to Ahmed is he gets promoted. It's just like it just ruins his life.
I did once like take a stripe off. Like I did. I put it back on later, but I just thought, oh man, I don't deserve this. Like.
Aww.
No, like I said, like look, man, like so what? Like, this is another thing that's frustrating is yeah, you go to a club and you roll good and stuff. So what? Like it means like so like to me it means nothing.
Gym wins are important.
Gym wins don't mean anything. I'm sorry. Like I know we praise them.
Adam's like 1-0 with me or something.
I'm never gonna roll with Rami again.
But
Ahmed thinks that if he goes to a tournament and he BJJ fights like the top guy in his weight class, that like all of a sudden he's terrible if he loses. Like,
but you should be able to win, man. Like it doesn't matter size, strength, or how
man,
much
sometimes some people just have your number though. It like happens with everybody. Sometimes you just can't, for whatever reason, you just can't get over that hump, and people will just have you every time. I'm sure it happens with all kinds of people.
I'm sorry. We need like a sport like psychologist on. So if anybody knows one, we should get him on here.
That would be cool, actually.
That'd be awesome.
I have a psychology book I could probably.
Just read that off.
If Jordan studies up between now and the next podcast, we should be good. Ahmed, you can just lay on that couch in the back of your room and do the podcast from there.
We can do Jordan's Corner, and you guys can just like vent, and I'll like give you solutions to all your life's problems.
speaking of terrible tournament performances, I also I believe the term is shat the bed at provincials. I went a solid 0-4 that day. I broke one of Ahmed's cardinal rules of don't do this in a tournament. I lost my only match in my weight class. There's like 6 of us, and I still did the absolutes. So,
Oh my god.
Ahmed, I just wonder if you'd like to comment on that, because
I
I know
think
that
it's-
you think that's
Okay.
terrible.
If I may, I think you're being disrespectful. I believe this. I think absolute should be for first and second place only. I think that's it, because those are the 2 best guys in the division. And like my last tournament, I lost my first match, but there was only 4. I could have done absolute. I think like, man, you got no business being there. In my opinion, I could be wrong, but it's just absolute. Back in the day, used to just be first place. They used to be they take the top guys in every weight class and put them together and see what happens. But now you got guys who are like, they lost their first match and then they win gold and absolute, and I don't know how I feel about
I
that.
did not win golden absolute, just to
No.
be clear. I lost my first match to Adam Scratch again.
He'll
Oh, did
be
you
purple
face him the
soon.
first time and you face him again?
Well, yeah, I've lost to him twice in 2 different tournaments now.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like the same.
No,
tournament that you lost to, but-
My past 3 losses or whatever has been to the same guy too. It's just, it sucks. But anyway, my point is, I don't know what you guys think, but do you think you should be able to do absolute if you lose your first one? Like,
I honestly don't think there's like. I don't know whether you should or shouldn't, but if I have the opportunity, I most likely will, just because I paid the money to enter.
Well, and that's the thing, and
Like,
I was doing nogi too, and that tournament went till what time did we leave there? Like
oh man, it was like 10,
7,
10
8 o'clock at night. I don't even know. It was
Well, it
late.
ran till 10. Yeah, it ran till 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, we left around
So
8.
yeah, because I didn't get home till like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But
This day and age, you
yeah,
shouldn't have to do that.
I had some time to kill, so I'm like, I'll do absolute. I was hoping that I would BJJ fight Brent Patton, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, you would have lost maybe anyway. But what are you guys' thoughts on, like, because this absolute was brought up? What are your thoughts on buying an absolute? Like, what's like, you know what I mean? Like, there's
I think
Like
tournaments.
pre-reg, like when you
Yeah.
register, like you can register for absolute.
Yeah,
I
you
think
can pay like
it's-
$10 or whatever.
It's an
I've done it.
abomination, man. That's disgusting.
It's an abomination. I think that at the very least you should have to like because if you go to like a Grappler's Quest, you see people that don't even register for a weight class; they just do absolute. It just seems
You
over.
see it all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, don't get me started on like grappling class. Like they do things like I've seen white belts. Do you remember like
knee bars.
Well, no, never mind the knee bar. There's white belts who can compete in blue belt divisions. They compete in absolute divisions. Like one guy, I swear, he lost like 5 times in a row, and I'm like, how are you still here? Like he bought because you can buy into advanced divisions. If you're a white belt, you
Yeah.
can buy into blue. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So he's doing white belt. He loses. He's like, oh, I'm gonna do blue now. See how that goes. He gets torched in blue, and I don't know.
Just
That's
keep
just
going
the
up.
most-
Just keep going up until you win.
It's the most blatant cash grab out there, man. It's disgusting.
I don't know if you mean that or not. Like, are you just trolling me or like?
No, I totally. I mean what I say, man. I don't lie, man.
Sometimes it is hard to tell if Jordan's being serious or not.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
if he's making fun of me or.
He's got that dry humor.
Yeah.
I'm serious though. No, I actually do believe it should not be allowed.
And Jordan's got this super soft focus on his camera going right now, so it's hard. You just want to believe everything he says because it looks so dreamy.
So guys, listen. I know. Look, it's only the 4 of us, so we don't want to keep it going long because people don't really give a shit what we have to say. Just us. So, just want to know really quick what's people's future plans in jiu-jitsu going into 2014. Any big tournaments? Any goals? Maybe you want to be a new belt by then. Who knows? We'll start with Adam. Ambitions.
Yeah, sorry, kind of put me on the spot here. So, yeah, I guess 2014, I would like to win a match at Blue. That would be good. Maybe we'll start there.
Hold on, you've never won a match yet? Blue?
Just that sub only.
Yeah,
event
no,
that-
you did.
That was right after
Industries.
Double Blue. But no. Did I win a match? No, I didn't win a
You
match.
did.
there.
You Kimura guy, Bramora. You did.
That
it
was
Bramora.
no-gi though. That was intermediate no-gi, so that didn't really count.
You were still a blue. That counts to me.
I don't know. That didn't count. I want to match. I want to win in the gi with my blue belt on. So, yeah, So I think that's my goal for 2014. It's just
Awesome.
not lose.
Have you
Something.
considered doing Masters maybe?
No, not gonna do it. I did it once. Listen, I did Masters once when I turned 30, which was right at the end of my white belt reign, and I felt so weird about it. I felt really I felt dirty, so I went back
Because
out.
it's because people like Ahmed make you feel weird about it.
No, don't put it on me. I didn't even know him then.
It was like I was like beating up old men. I just felt terrible.
Okay, well there you go, Jordan. Plans? Are you still gonna keep doing Masters? So you guys...
Yeah, man, I will do Masters as long as there's competitors at Masters. I don't feel bad about beating up old men.
You fucking just like destroyed your division. Like you feel bad about that?
I feel like an old man though.
Yeah, but you kicked everybody's ass at provincials.
How old is Chris Anderson though? He can't be much older than me.
I don't even know. I don't know, but like your name dropped, so there you go. But I don't know. Like
There's
you're only
records
30
of this. There's records of this.
You're only 31 though. Like you're not even an old master. You're just kind of like barely a master guy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to settle in, I have, my goal this year is to compete as much as possible. I really want to defend my my master middleweight gold medal at Ontario Open. That's a big goal of mine.
You should bring it with you and defend it. And then
like actually, like
yeah, you put it on.
No one will fight this man.
I'll come and kiss you.
My competition goals for this year, though, are like to pick up some absolute gold. That's it.
That's a tough one, man. You got you got some tough guys, man. Like VJ is purple belt, man. That's
all right. I'm gonna have to use my speed against VJ, I think.
Just do what you do, Jordan.
Yeah, I can't let him get on top of me. That was my biggest mistake.
The best. So for anybody who doesn't know, VJ is an excellent purple belt, and he's a big man. And I didn't see VJ's matches with Jordan, but Ahmed I think describes it best, where it was just like VJ and then Jordan's like arms and legs sticking out from underneath him.
I giggled a lot while he was like choking the life out of me.
Okay, so Rami, as you guys know, Rami San Francisco has got so many awesome tournaments in this area there. So yeah, what are your plans for 2014, or at least just next couple months?
I don't know. I was competing a lot when I first got there, I guess. I probably won't be competing that much, but I basically just want to do Pans and Worlds. Not just them, but I'm really excited to be able to actually do them without having to pay like a bunch of money like everybody else in Canada has to. So those are probably the big ones. That wasn't a burn. It was just just how it is. But yeah, then I'll also do the SF Open, and that's pretty much it. And just keep training every day.
Cool. No, so my plans are okay, guys. This is the thing with me. I'm probably gonna do. I'm hoping maybe SF Open as well. I'd like to go down. That's in the beginning of February, and then the Pro Trials in Montreal to try to win a trip to. What is it again? Abu Dhabi or something?
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be a tough order to do, but whatever. That's why you go there. And I'd like to do either Worlds or Pans. One of the two. I'm not sure which one's first. Is it Worlds or Pans?
Pans is first.
Pans is first. Worlds isn't even scheduled yet.
Yeah, Pans is Pans is in the spring, I think, right? April-ish.
Yeah, Yeah, no. I think it's in March.
Remember.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, Pans is like in the spring.
So I'd like to do Worlds, like adult Worlds. I'm gonna and I'll see how things go. Maybe Masters World too. I don't know, but those are my goals. Like I'm probably gonna do like 4 tournaments, and also the Boston Open. I was thinking of doing a road trip there. I don't know.
And I might actually be meeting.
Might meet up there in Boston. I don't know. But like I said, I'm just gonna keep it to maybe 4 major tournaments like that, and then just keep training. That's about it. No promotions, no nothing. I'm not looking forward to any of those. I'll stay where I am.
Jordan's gonna award you your brown belt.
Yeah, right. I don't know. In my opinion, if you to get your next belt, you should be able to do very, very well in the previous belt tournament-wise. That's how I gauge it. Now, it depends what you are. If you're just a casual guy, then by all means, just put your time in. But if you like to compete, I think you need to do well in competition so that people on the scene don't go, "Oh my God, did you hear Ahmed got his purple belt, his brown belt? Like, what the hell is that all about?" Like, you know, like
that does happen sometimes.
no, it happens all the time. I hear so and so got their whatever belt. I'm like, really? Like, really? Like,
I'm not sure if we've talked about this on the podcast before, but I know that we've talked about it, and I know it's something that came up last time I was talking to Drysdale. Is that, do you guys think that people should have to compete to be promoted to the next belt level? Because
absolutely.
like Drysdale at the last seminar basically said that he's not promoting anybody to black belt anymore that doesn't compete at least once, right?
Man, that's not like once per belt.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
like at a minimum,
though.
at a minimum. But there's lots of people that don't. There's lots of people that go all the way through their belts and maybe never even compete at all.
Yeah, like
it's tough because it depends on what the person's doing it for. Like, I don't know. Because I kind of feel like it's important because every time you compete, you learn a billion or maybe you learn one thing, but you learn it really well. But when you don't compete, you kind of just stay in this comfort zone that you feel like you don't have to get out of. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's hard to say. But then again, people have different goals too, so it's hard to really like force them to do something they don't want to.
I know, but it's like.
I do know a lot of people at House who, and I think maybe because it's more of a competition school, where they're like, I don't even like competing, but I'm going to do it anyways. And I'm like, that's really weird. But I don't know.
No, I think that's cool. I mean, that's like going into boxing and just hitting the bag and mitts and not sparring. Or, like, you know, I say sparring because I know rolling is like sparring, but it's not. It's kind of just whatever. You know what I mean, though? Sparring is like hurting or whatever. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like I think competition goes hand in hand with jiu-jitsu, 100%. Like if you're not doing it, then what do you? I don't know. Like unless you just want to do it to get in shape, then if you're doing it just to get in shape, you don't care about your promotions anyway. You can be a white belt all your life.
I do sort of agree though. Like I mean, like rolling hard at the club is totally different than you lose that intensity that from what you would get in competition setting. It's like the intensity level goes up. Crazy. Yeah, it goes up exponentially. It's crazy.
Yeah, so like, how many times have you watched yourself competing? You're like, what am I? I don't do that. Like, you know what I mean? And anyway, you know, Adam, that's a good point, man. Like, good on him for that.
What do you think, Adam?
Pardon? No, I totally agree. Like, I think that testing yourself in competition is an integral part of what jiu-jitsu is all about. And even if that's not your focus, like maybe you're not a competitor, you're not the kind of person that wants to get out there 8, 10, 12 times a year. I don't have an issue with that, but I think that you should at least be testing yourself at a very minimum, like once per belt level. That's like once every 2 years. Like that's really not anything. You know, I think that I don't know. I think I'm a big fan of saying that competition is an integral part of jiu-jitsu, and I think that it should be a prerequisite for advancement in jiu-jitsu.
And you don't have to win. Like I'm not even saying you have to go out and win gold. Like just go, lose in 10 seconds. If it happens, it happens. But at least just get out there. That's all. You know, and
don't
I
lose
know
in 10 seconds though if you can.
Well, don't. But
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Try
like,
not to lose in 10 seconds.
Try not to. But anyway, I know another teacher. I don't want to say names, but I know another professor in the area here who actually will not promote you unless you have done one competition, at least in that belt. So I think that's pretty standard.
I think that's fair, right? I think that's
I mean, unless they have some sort of weird health condition, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, of course. I also
get in there.
Yeah, no, like okay. So before anyone is like writes hate mail, where like if you have anxiety or whatever it is, or a mental health issue or whatever.
It was funny how you said anxiety there, because it sounded like it was full of contempt. To be honest.
You have anxiety.
If that's even a real thing. Not just joking.
If you have bullshititis, then,
yeah. If you're just scared, don't worry about it. No, I'm just...
don't worry, homie. Don't be scared.
No, that's what I mean. So when people say like, "Oh, don't be scared," I'm like, "What's to be scared about? It's jiu-jitsu. I'm not even scared of jiu-jitsu." But anyway, that's just
it's a fight.
It's definitely not a fight. Don't get me started on that. Like I don't want to guess around this because I said I want to wrap it up. But whoever says BJJ is a fight is so wrong. You are wrong. You're not fighting.
Yeah.
Stop saying you fight.
Mike
You're not
Briers. Mike Briers, we're looking
Yeah,
at you.
Briers, where you
It's
at?
not a fight.
Where you at? Hashtag where you at? Anyway, so that's it, guys. Yeah.
There's one thing that I would just like to just very quickly discuss. I just like to throw it out there because, I mean, look at the four of us. We are four basically huge losers that are just sitting here talking shit about each other. And we've had, like, some of the coolest guests in Jiu-Jitsu on this. Like, how did that even happen? Like, how did it happen that the four of us, like, managed to get, like, these awesome stars on this podcast and talk to us and have, like, these awesome discussions?
I think we peaked way too early.
We're on the downhill slide now.
Oh yeah, look at us now. What is
again?
this? Yeah. You know
Ahmed's
what,
known
though?
for peaking early, though.
I get the job done. No, you know, honestly, I think jiu-jitsu is just so new that there's a platform for people to say things and stuff. I don't know.
For anybody.
Yeah, like I think that's what it is, man. Because like, there's not much out there for people.
We're living proof of it, like of that, like.
Yeah, like look at the production quality. Like Rami's literally in the basement. Yeah.
Look at the window coverings of Rami's place. Ahmed really stepped it up today though, because when I first started up the video chat, Ahmed was like me, wearing a hooded zip-up sweater and looking quite urban. I was actually very impressed with him.
I couldn't do that.
But he quick wardrobe change, threw on a pashmina, and he's trying to up the production quality. I think it's good.
No, but like, no, Adam, you make a good point. Like, we're just doing, like, seriously, this is just Google Hangout, guys. This is all it is, right? It's nothing hard. Like, you can see them all the time, but like, you get people on and they're like, yeah, they're comfort of their own home. They want to chat, whatever, and talk, and maybe plug a product or whatever. I mean, it's really that's how we did it. That was it.
I think that's also like kind of a statement to. Maybe this will sound bad, but or maybe not even. But it's just like it's really easy to contact any of the big names in jiu-jitsu. Really, like they're really accessible.
It's easy to contact anyone. Like, let alone
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu. You can go contact Hugh Jackman. I don't know why I chose Hugh Jackman. You can go contact Hugh Jackman right now on
I think
Facebook.
we all know why you chose Hugh Jackman.
I'm actually a fan of his. But anyway, you know, like,
All right.
you can go contact anybody. That's the thing, right? It's this era we live in right now.
Speaking of people we're in contact with, I know, just to throw this out there, we were talking to Ensign, you say his last name Inui, right? I don't want to mess that up.
Oh, that's Adam. Adam's an urban. He'll tell you. How do you pronounce that?
Inoue.
Yeah.
Adam's awesome, man. He's awesome.
Okay, seriously, just quickly,
okay.
a quick note. Before the Ensign podcast, it unfortunately didn't happen, and it will, but I spent like 2 hours reading how to like pronounce Japanese last names on that. Okay, go Rami.
Anyway.
Yeah.
He even says it like a samurai. It's awesome.
Okay, go Rami, go.
So yeah, just quickly, we're still talking to him. He's totally down to do it again. There was just a weird timing conflict where we just didn't understand each other, I guess. So we have him.
I was supposed to call him.
Yeah. So just throwing that out there. We still have him coming on, and we're planning on having a whole bunch of other guests on as well.
We need to have. I think we need to get Wolf back on.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Wolf Bonato, JTGT alumni, who has just received his brown belt from Kurt Ocean.
I think he got it from being on the show. I think he got it from being on the show.
Not for winning worlds, but for being the Just the Good
I'm
Talk
sure
podcast.
it was a contributing factor.
So yeah, no, big os to Wolf out there. That was awesome. And os. Also, like I said, we have guests lined up in Ensign. Anyone else that we can officially say? We actually, go ahead.
I'm talking to Nick Green right now too. We might have him on next weekend, but we're still trying to figure that out. So.
All right, cool. We also have there's a couple some local guys. I don't know if I spoke with him. I don't know if he's still okay with it, but I spoke with him before the new year. He said it was okay. So forgive me if I say it's okay and you can't come on. But anyway, what's that one guy? Ostap. That's right. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Adam, you gotta help me out. But he got, I believe, third at Worlds, and he's like crazy analytical, especially when it comes to analyzing videos, passes, breakdowns, and stuff. So looking forward to having him on in the future. Hopefully this month, maybe early February.
Yeah,
See how
And-
it goes.
we've got some other like pretty huge names, people that have kind of said in just in theory that they would do it. So we'll get in contact with those people as well. So we will have some big names. Although Ahmed feels that we've already peaked, I think that we have yet to fully climax.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't know what to say about that one, but yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there.
Boa.
Well, all right, yeah. So guys, let's wrap it up. So yeah, Adam, wrap us up, man.
All right. That's a wrap for episode 22. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you. Happy 2014, and I hope that all of your BJJ goals become realities. That was
Yeah,
very
shout
deep.
out-
That was good.
shout out-
That's like Adam's Corner at the end there. I like that.
Shout
Okay.
out to CP. Big shout out to those guys. Big fans. And I'm fans of theirs. I'm a fan of theirs. So
Yeah, CP4L for sure.
yeah, and just finally, one last thing. We have a super fight. One member is got a super
yeah.
fight coming up. Steve Shapinkas, aka Money May, aka
AKA
dollar sign,
AKA Steve Schmichter Shippingus.
aka you know, whatever. He's got a lot of names, but he's got a super fight against Gabe Sagman,
AKA Gucci Gabe.
Gucci Gabe, aka Hebrew Hammer. There's a bunch of names. He's got a bunch of names too. But anyway, when's that again? February 1st, right in Montreal.
February 1st, Montreal.
Yeah, man. So that's going down. A submission only, 15-minute time limit. I'm cheering for Money there. So Money May. Hope you win that one. And that's it. I mean, nothing against the other guy. I don't really know him, but I know Money. So,
This is Ahmed's backpedal
Nope.
corner.
so I hope he wins. Anyway, that's it, man.
I hope everybody wins.
Well, I want everyone to be safe. Like, I don't want anyone to get hurt. But this is not even a fight, so who cares?
It's just
they'll be fine.
BJJ.
Yeah, they'll be fine. All right, man. That's it.
All right. Well, that really went off the rails, so we're just gonna shut it off here.
Yeah, for
Okay.
like the last half hour.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's it. We're done.
All right, man.
Bye.
Love you all.